Hey guys, Callens here, and today we're going to be talking about Suzy Lou. Now, obviously, I don't have a face cam in this video, and that's because I really don't want one today. I'm a little bit messy in my hair, and I don't want a face cam. Just accept it. Point being that we're going to be talking about Suzy Lou. Now, there's been a whole bunch of drama since my last video I uploaded about her, which was a This Week News video. And I contemplated making a full-length video, which I ended up doing, but ended up scrapping because I felt like I went in too hard, and that video probably would have gotten strike down if Suzy Lou or any of her fans found out about it, which they probably would because of the tags, title, and description. So then I ended up making a This Week News episode 6, I think it would have been, but then I ended up scrapping that video as well because the news I covered in that video was kind of moderate, to be honest, and I didn't really want to upload it, and it was Easter Sunday as well, so I really didn't have time, and I kind of just pushed it off, and then now it's a little too late to upload it, so I'm not going to do that. So I decided to just fuck it. I'm going to make a full-length video talking about the whole situation, yet not really. I'm going to be talking about one specific video she made, which is her response to all this, which is full of nothing but lies, BS, and overall excuses on top of excuses on top of excuses. It's a pitiful way for her to basically push all blame onto someone else or something else rather than taking the blame head first and accepting that she has done some questionable behaviors in the past and currently is still doing some. Now, if you're not up to date with the Suzy Lou drama, let me give you a quick briefing. Now, it all started back in early 2019 when she struck down Mark After Dark's video for containing 30 seconds of her clip, and even though the video wasn't fair use, she did strike it down. She ended up restoring the video later on, and a bunch of people started making videos on her, and that's kind of where the whole drama started. It continued when she started making anime reaction videos, which was not in fair use, and in fact was legitimately stealing animes from companies that were producing said animes, and she was profiting off of it. This ended up getting her channel struck down back in December of 2019 when Tokyo TV struck her channel down for, copyright violations. However, her channel was restored despite the fact of safe harbor, which is a term used in copyright law where YouTube is not liable for YouTubers making copyrighted content on their platform, and so long as they take down the videos and the channels are terminated if given enough strikes. That's the whole reason why the YouTube strike system is there for copyright, is because of safe harbor. In order for YouTube to remain blameless and not liable for its copyright, basically, they have to be able to take down these videos in an efficient manner. So if a channel receives a DMCA and takedown notice, YouTube cannot intervene. They cannot remove these strikes. They cannot reinstate the channel. It all has to be dealt with in a court of law. That's where fair use comes into play. YouTube is not there to dictate these rules. That's how it has to work. However, YouTube bypassed safe harbor and decided to reinstate her channel. Nonetheless, Suzy Lou, as far as we know, hasn't gone to court with Tokyo TV, so we all know that YouTube violated this safe harbor agreement in order to reinstate her channel. Now, people have been criticizing Suzy Lou for some of the things she has been doing, such as flagging videos, whether it be for cyberbullying and harassment, or whether it be for the closed captioning complaint or the privacy complaint. Channels like Tipster, Nicholas Diorio, The Quartering, and many others, even John Swan, who made a 35-minute long video on Suzy Lou. All these channels have received some sort of privacy complaint, closed captioning complaint, or straight up a cyberbullying and harassment takedown. So I think the biggest issue many others, including myself, have with Suzy Lou on the situation is the fact that she's one of us. She's a YouTuber. She's a content creator, yet she's abusing these systems that have been abused by big companies against us YouTubers. It's like one of a kind turning on us and attacking us. So when one of us, like Suzy Lou, turns on the entire community and starts flagging us for BS reasons, whether it be her boyfriend, or her fan base doing this, that's what got the whole reaction out. This is why everyone's getting really upset. So Suzy Lou decided to make a video talking about the situation, talking about the drama, and basically trying to defend herself. However, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's full of a bunch of lies. But before we get into the video, I do want to say one last thing, and I want to make this perfectly 100% crystal clear. Do not send hate to Suzy Lou. Do not interact with her. Do not contact her. Do not at her on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media website she uses. Do not at her. Do not say anything. Don't send death threats to her. Despite the fact that the community's perception of Suzy Lou is rather negative, I don't think it's best for us to go and attack her unless you have valid criticism to bring to the table. Like, if you're there criticizing her, fine. but please do not attack her. Don't send death threats, especially because she could just use this against us and say, hey, look, YouTube, these commentary channels are sending their 5-year-old armies out to us, sending death threats. And, that sounds really bad on our part, and it makes us look worse than we actually are. Secondly, everything I say in this video is criticism. This is not a hate video. I'm not going to be making any remarks about her particular body parts that people have been making fun of. I'm not going to be making any remarks against her appearance, or anything of the sorts. This is going to be as humorless as I possibly can, as I do not want to risk a fucking cyberbullying takedown flag or whatever, because this video is a criticism video. Now, this video is going to be a lot longer than my typical videos, so because of that, I don't blame you if you have to go and leave, or you don't want to watch the full video in length. I don't blame you at all. This video is probably going to be over an hour long. So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. Grab your popcorn, get comfy, and just relax, sit back, and enjoy the video.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We do need to talk, actually, and there's... I hate doing videos like this because I end up just like going off on a tangent. The reason I wasn't going to say anything is because at the end of the day, the people admitted that they knew that their videos were a little bit on the sketchy side.
Now, this is a complete lie on Suzy Lou's part. While yes, YouTuber creators like Tipster as well as John Swan have admitted that the jokes that they did make was a bit risque, that was before their videos ended up getting taken down. Now, in the case of Tipster, he did make a full response video, which I'll link in the description down below, where he talks about this.
But me saying that maybe I shouldn't have, looking back in hindsight, they say hindsight's 20/20. I didn't know that content was going to get flagged when I uploaded it.
Now, as for John Swan, Tipster mentioned in his video that John Swan uploaded the forehead measuring gag to his second channel, and that video ended up getting struck down for cyberbullying and harassment, obviously. So he cut that part out of his video and uploaded the video where he just made a small little remarks towards Suzy Lou and her boyfriend, but other than that, it was fairly safe. Yet that video still got struck down.
I can't think of anything else that I want to respond to in regards to me, but I do want to defend John Swan on something here too. When John Swan was working on his video about Suzy Lou, we were talking about it in a private conversation. He was sharing updates with us on the video that he was working on. And he uploaded a preview of a segment that was meant to be in that video, where he analyzed the size of Suzy Lou's forehead. Now, about a week after that video got uploaded, it was struck down by Suzy Lou. And he immediately came to us in private and he said, I'm going to remove that part of the video from the video. I'm not going to include it in the final video because I know it's just going to get flagged down again. And he removed that. He removed that entire segment about Suzy Lou's forehead from the video. And she blatantly lied to her audience today in this video. She said that after that video got flagged, the little teaser, that he still included that segment in his final video.
Tipster and John Swan didn't admit to this being a bit of risque content beforehand. They didn't know the videos were going to get taken down. They didn't expect the videos to get taken down. And as for John Swan, he uploaded the video without the forehead gag, and it still got taken down. As for Tipster, he mentioned later on that the jokes that he might have made may have been a little risque, but he didn't expect the full takedown of his videos for these risque jokes. So, BS point number one.
And then suddenly people just use that as an excuse to cancel Suzy Lou.
So about the whole cancellation of Suzy Lou. The reason why we're quote unquote canceling Suzy Lou is because you're attacking YouTubers. You are blatantly attacking us by flagging down our videos, which you cannot deny. You haven't shown your flag history, therefore you have zero proof that you haven't flagged down YouTubers ever. We need an updated version of your flag history. Secondly, even if that's the case, you never flagged another YouTuber, you still have to admit that your community of people are flagging people. Your community of fans, your fandom, are going out and false flagging our videos.
then look at this other content creator, Vera Dart. I've put up 2 videos on Suzy Lu. I wasn't disrespectful. All I did was discuss the situation at hand. Today, I was not only blocked by Suzy Lu, but I also received a rather threatening anonymous email. Nothing to see here.
So my biggest issue here is that this is why we're disliking you. We don't hate you as a community. We just dislike you. We don't like what you have done to our community. And you know, at the end of the day, that's the main reason why we're quote-unquote canceling you. Now, when it comes down to the whole anime copyright dispute, yes, you deserve to have your channel terminated in that regards, because you are uploading almost full-length episodes of anime to your channel, and it doesn't matter that you're lowering the opacity and shrinking the screen size even furthermore. You're still uploading mostly full anime videos to your channel, and you have done so in the past, and you're still uploading them to Patreon. You're still uploading them to your website. These things are legal issues that you need to be called out on, because these are things that could get you sued, Suzy. Sure, on YouTube you can get your channel struck down, and that's that. However, if you do it on your website or if you do it on Patreon, Patreon can take you down pretty easily though, but if these channels like TV Tokyo and many others, these anime creators, they see what you've been doing, especially you uploading it to your own website, mind you, they can sue you for that. You're making money. You're profiting off of copyrighted content, like almost full-length anime episodes. We're not here to hate on you necessarily. We're here to tell you, hey, look, Suzy, you probably shouldn't be doing this. However, despite the fact that you can't simply understand what you're doing is illegal, you're still doubling down and you're still saying that we're all nothing but haters. You're all saying that, oh, all you guys do is make forehead jokes. I don't care about the size of your forehead. That's meaningless. You just gotta know that what you're doing is illegal, and what you're doing to our community is wrong and almost hateful behavior. It's disgusting. And regardless of whether or not you're striking us down, someone in your community is striking us down. These complaints don't just come out of nowhere. YouTube just doesn't randomly say, hey, look, this is a Suzy Lu video. Complain. No, YouTube doesn't do that. It's someone either in your community, yourself, or your boyfriend.
I get it. We're indoors. It's boring. I get it. Like, I have been going out of my mind as well with absolute boredom, but I don't use that as an excuse to start a witch hunt against someone. Can't relate.
And now here's her trying to take the moral high ground, trying to be the perfect, pitch perfect, sweet little Suzy Lu girl, you know, innocence. No, Suzy Lu, we're not starting this witch hunt against you because we don't like you. We're bored. It's hot. We're bored. We're all stuck in quarantine. We're not doing that because we hate you. We're not doing this because we're bored. We're doing this because you deserve valid criticism. Things that you have done in the past and are continuing to do now are affecting YouTube as a whole, as well as just in general, the entire online community. It's not okay to do these false flags. It's not okay to have your fans do these false flags. None of this is okay. And on top of all of that, what you're doing with the whole anime thing, and I know I'm basically repeating myself, I know it's a broken record at this point, but at the end of the day, what you're doing is illegal and deserves valid criticism. You shouldn't be re-uploading almost full-length episodes of anime under the fair use guideline where you're reacting to it, adding commentary to it, when in reality, all you're doing is just sitting there with your mouth open, maybe making a few comments every once in a while, but that's it. That does not count as fair use, Suzy. And we're here to call you out on that because it's not okay to steal other people's content and make money off of it.
So this is when it kind of all like kicked off. This is when it started. Basically, back then, I came across a creator that I was really unhappy with how he had used my video. Like, it wasn't a video that was criticizing me in any way. He took my Let's Play to then put at the start of his Let's Play, but only to make me look stupid.
Suzy, it's called a joke.
And I think what's even weirder was that he never even referenced my clip in his video.
He doesn't have to. You see, under fair use law, you can use someone else's clip without asking permission so long as it's transformative, as long as it serves a different purpose. Your clip wasn't there for entertainment purposes. It was there as a joke, a meme, a gag. It was a 30-second short clip where he made a joke. That falls under fair use, Suzy. Your content, however, is not transformative. it still serves the same purpose it served regardless, before you upload it to your channel, before you started profiting off of this copyrighted content, it was still serving the purpose of being an entertainment. Anime is entertainment. People are coming to your channel to see the anime whilst occasionally seeing your reaction to it. I'm sure 99% of the viewers' eye contact is on the anime. Not on your face, not on anything, but the anime. No one would watch your content if there was no anime in there. If it was just your face and you making a few remarks every so often, that doesn't count as a reaction. Therefore, people wouldn't really want to see that. However, since you have the anime in the corner, whether or not you blur it or lower the opacity or shrink the size of the screen, no matter what you do, people are still going to try and pay attention to the anime irregardless. Sure, they may occasionally glance at you and maybe laugh at you or something. However, they're not watching your videos for you. They're watching your videos for the anime.
It's like, why was it there? There was absolutely no point it being there whatsoever.
You see, Suzy, it doesn't matter if there was a point for it to be there or not. To use copyrighted content, it doesn't necessarily even need to have a purpose in the video. It could serve zero purpose so long as it's transformative and serves a different purpose in the video, even if that purpose is none.
And that was why I issued a strike, because I wanted it taken down.
I wanted to take down. Listen to that very carefully. She used a YouTube strike system because she wanted the videos to get taken down. Her terminology in that one short, simple sentence should be enough to basically give her channel at least a strike, if not termination, because that's very clearly blatant false use of the copyright strike system. So the fact that you're blatantly admitting that you took down the video because you didn't like it and you didn't want it up should be enough proof already for YouTube to start an investigation on you, because your blatant misuse of the copyright strike system is wrong and it breaks YouTube's terms of services.
So at the time, I gotta say, I just didn't really think anything of it. It was just one of those things. I was like, I don't like the way you're using that. Get rid of it. I'm done with that.
Again, with this whole blatancy right here, blatantly admitting that, you just wanted to get rid of it because you didn't like it, you didn't like the way it was used, you didn't like that, this or whatever. If that was the case, if that was a legal way of dealing with your issues online, then all these news articles talking about drama, about celebrities and stuff like that, why don't celebrities strike down these newspapers? Why don't they sue the newspaper companies or sue online magazines like TMZ or something like that? Why doesn't these celebrities sue them? I mean, if that's the way the world works, to the point where you don't like something, you can just get rid of it like that, then why doesn't the rest of the world do that? Well, firstly, the rest of the world have better morals than you in that regard. Secondly, you're not allowed to do that. You can only use the copyright strike system to take down content that legitimately steals your content, which, to be fair, you can't do that anyway because you are stealing content. Not only would it be hypocritical, but there's no content to steal from you. All you're doing in your content is sitting in your chair watching anime, Suzy. No one can steal your content.
Fast forward a little bit from that, I ended up actually speaking to the guy in question. I retracted the strike, and that was that.
Now, that's fine and dandy and all, but you still issued a strike nonetheless. It shows your hypocrisy, considering now what you're doing is basically re-uploading almost full-length anime episodes. However, ignoring that as a whole, you're still abusing the YouTube community guidelines, strike system. You're still abusing the rules and taking things that are very minutely stepping on a line and taking them down. Sure, these forehead gags may be a little risque. Sure, they may be a little bit mean. But that doesn't mean we can't joke about it. And if that's the case, if we can't joke about your forehead, then all these late night comedians, or just comedians in general, it doesn't matter, they should have their channels taken down because they make fun of other people. And I know a lot of people have used this claim in their videos in regards to defending the whole cyberbullying and harassment policy that YouTube has, but I'm gonna be a fucking sheep and say it again. Late night TV show hosts make fun of President Donald Trump as well as many other people as a whole. They make fun of these people by calling their names, making fun of their appearance, making fun of their accent, whatever. These people make fun of people like Trump, for example. And yet their channels don't get taken down. They get promoted. They get put in the trending page. they get, monetization. So if this really does violate terms of services, if we cannot legitimately joke about your forehead, which I'm not gonna do, by the way, then these late night TV show hosts should have their channels completely terminated, if not at the very least demonetized.
People were unhappy with the style of content I was doing, which in my opinion, okay, like that's fine. It's none of your business, like the kind of content that I put out, but that's up to you.
That's a fair argument. However, in your case, you're a special case because what you did in the past kind of makes it seem hypocritical that now you're reacting to almost full-length anime episodes. Now, I do admit that was a decent take, I would say. I do admit that, yes, there are people out there who make content that I may not personally like, and I just don't subscribe to their channels, and that's perfectly fine. That's how I felt about you when it came to the whole anime thing. I didn't care about it. I never made a video on you prior to you starting to strike down channels or trying to, get all these flags on these channels for whatever the reasons may be. It wasn't until then I decided to start making videos on you because up until that point, I just didn't really care. However, I do have to give benefit of the doubt to the channels that did come out and criticize you because A, what you're doing is breaking copyright law, which is not okay, and B, what you're doing is basically blatant hypocrisy because you strike down Mark After Dark's video because he showed 30 seconds of your footage, whereas you're showing almost full-length anime episodes with very little to no commentary added in between, yet you get a pass and Mark After Dark didn't. Now I know that you took away the strike and you did what you could to resolve the situation and whatnot. That's good. That's good. It's good that you did. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that at the very beginning, when you first issued the strike, you did it because you didn't like the content, and now that you're doing the same thing by reacting to anime, which is actually a lot worse than just showing a 30-second clip.
So anyway, fast forward to where we are at just now. A couple of months ago, a creator who I'm not going to name who they are, basically they were getting harassed by Tipster off YouTube. It was happening on Twitter. And they threatened her, and it really, really upset her, and she complained to YouTube.
BS point number 2. This is completely false. If not false, it's very, very, very unlikely to have happened. And now here is why. You see, first of all, why would a person complain to YouTube when something's happening on Twitter? Like, the whole point is that this person came to YouTube because Tipster was quote-unquote harassing someone on Twitter, which, first of all, if you don't watch Tipster, he's a very laid-back and chill dude. He's not the type of dude to go out of his way to say horrible things about people. He would never do that. He might make jokes about it. He might make, memes and jokes about it, which is, that's perfectly normal. But he's not a cyberbully. He's not a harasser. He's a genuine nice dude. So the fact that you're claiming that someone felt threatened and harassed by Tipster is already a little bit sketchy within itself. But the part that, completely sells me on the fact that this is a bunch of BS is the fact that they went to YouTube. Why not go to Twitter? Or hell, why not even go to the police if they feel threatened? You said threatened in your claim.
They threatened her. They threatened her. They threatened her.
If I feel threatened by someone, whether it be online or offline, I would file a report to the police, but I wouldn't go to a company like YouTube and say, hey, look, YouTube, someone on Twitter is harassing me. They also have a channel on your platform. Can you feel free to completely, terminate the channel? That's not how it works, and YouTube doesn't care what happens off-platform. What happens on Twitter is Twitter's issues, okay? YouTube is not going to go and say, hey, look, you posted porn on Twitter, so we're going to have to terminate your channel because we don't allow porn on YouTube. That's not how it works. You can post whatever the fuck you want on Twitter so long as it follows Twitter's terms of services. And you can post whatever the fuck you want on YouTube so long as it follows YouTube's terms of services. It doesn't matter if you're posting something on YouTube that does not follow Twitter's terms of services and vice versa. It doesn't matter. The companies aren't going to go babysitting you, being like, oh, look, Tipster is making bad content on Twitter. We should terminate his channel. That's not how it works. And furthermore, who would tell her this information? If this is somehow managed to be true, this is a huge privacy breach. And A person at YouTube or Google should not be telling her this information. And even more so, she should not be talking about this private information on her YouTube channel so that the public can, anyone in the public can watch it, basically. This is a very clear privacy breach. So if this happens to be true, on the off chance that it is, Tipster can sue Suzy Lu as well as YouTube for making this information public.
And YouTube came to me because they were like, listen, we have had numerous complaints about this channel. This is Tipster's channel. And we want your side of all the things, all the times you have had to deal with this person.
Bullshit alert number 3. This is not true. YouTube barely talks to really big creators like PewDiePie. PewDiePie is like the second most subscribed YouTube channel on YouTube and the number 1 most subscribed person on YouTube. Not company, but actual person. He's the most subscribed person on YouTube with over 100 million subscribers. Do you think YouTube comes to him and asks him for advice? He is a well-established YouTuber, yet YouTube doesn't go to him constantly asking, hey Felix, how do you think we should handle this situation or that situation? They don't go to YouTubers to ask for advice. YouTube doesn't fucking do that, you fucking clown. And I know I said this would be a more critical video, but god damn, you're pulling the wool over our eyes on this one, Suzy, aren't you?
But this person was like relentless, like they were obsessed. It was kind of strange.
Tipster is a news channel. He's like Keemstar and Scarce, except Tipster is more laid back than those two, which is saying a lot considering Scarce is also pretty laid back. But you know, Tipster is a news channel nonetheless. He makes content and reports on drama, much like Drama Alert and Scarce. So because of that, if you do something that's either worthy of criticism or sparks drama in the community of YouTube in general, he's gonna talk about it. It's not called obsession, it's called his job.
When YouTube approached me, I told them, I was like, yep, like this person recently even tried to become a Patreon of mine to subtly try and get information on what I was up to in regards to my website and things like that.
It's called investigating, you know. Sometimes, you know, when it comes to the whole journalism aspect, you know, we have to dig a little deeper and maybe even, you know, give you a little money, you know, $5 just to check what's going on your Patreon.
So between that time, YouTube were doing an investigation into this channel because they had had numerous complaints.
So YouTube's doing an investigation on Tipster because he's gotten a bunch of complaints from other channels. Again, privacy breach right here. You're telling the public about this entire situation, which is something that you shouldn't know first and foremost. You shouldn't know. You should not know. But the fact that you're making it public information, so on the offhand that this is true, that is also a privacy breach, which obviously breaks YouTube's terms of services, you know. Because what you're doing now is exposing private information that should be between Tipster and YouTube. For the most part, the things that you're spewing out of your mouth is nothing but BS.
And maybe it's because every time he done a video on me, it was pretty disgusting. You know, there was a lot of personal insults, like people have an obsession with my forehead size. Like, I get it. I have looked at myself for many years. I'm well aware of the features, my small eye, my mouth, my this and that. Like, who cares? Every time he done a video on me, it was pretty disgusting. Who cares? You know, there was a lot of personal insults, like people have an obsession with my forehead size. Who cares? It was pretty disgusting. Who cares?
Who cares? Obviously you care, Suzy. You literally just said that this is disgusting information that they're talking about you. Now in regards to the whole forehead situation, I don't understand why she's making such a big deal out of it. I mean, she said herself just now that she knows that she has a larger-than-life forehead. I'm not saying that as an insult or anything. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is the fact that, well, if you don't care about what you look, you don't care about your appearance, and you don't really care about it, then why are these videos talking about your forehead size or whatever getting flagged down? And why are you saying that this is disgusting content, you know, making fun of you? Like, if you don't care about it, then why does it matter to you at all?
It was pretty disgusting. Who cares? It's like, if you're gonna be reporting on news, then why do you feel the need to try and tear someone's appearance down?
Comedy, jokes, funny, memes, jokes, comedy. Do you not see the people on Twitter? Oh, of course you haven't, because you probably blocked them. But there are people on Twitter doing tic-tac-toe on your forehead, Suzy. They're doing it as a joke. They're not doing it because they think you're ugly. They're not doing it because they want to make fun of your appearance. They're doing it because they find it funny. What don't you understand? Comedy is subjective.
Where they were literally like looking up her OnlyFans pictures and they were just tearing her apart.
Diva's making fun of Anissa's lopsided ass. But yeah, she has
it
one
doesn't
butt
surprise
cheek
me.
that sags lower than the other one.
That's devastating. Like, what kind of insecure person does that?
That's called a joke, Suzy. Call it whatever you want, but it's jokes. Tipster even admitted in his recent video that his podcast specifically caters towards jokes. It's a bunch of humor and jokes and memes and stuff.
Now, I have a podcast that I do one time a week with my co-hosts, Zaphenix Diva and Biscuit Basher. And on that podcast, we do like to have a little bit of fun with the subject matter. We'll crack jokes, we'll say memes, and all kinds of stuff like that. We go hard on that. It's kind of like a shock jock radio style show, right?
They're not being serious. I don't think they legitimately give a shit about what Anisia may look like, you know, her quote-unquote defects or whatever. I don't think they care. It's called jokes.
Videos were taken down by YouTube. YouTube. Let me just get that into your head. YouTube. Okay, you heard it here.
Yes, the videos were taken down by YouTube, but someone had to flag the videos. And as YouTube stated in their claim that the video that got taken down by John Swan had multiple reports, multiple flags. So that means either you and your boyfriend and a bunch of your fans flagged it, or just a bunch of your fans in general decided to flag the video down. Someone had to report it, Suzy. What don't you understand?
YouTube. Let me just get that into your head. YouTube. Okay, you heard it here.
Let me just get that into your head. Someone had to flag the video. Someone had to flag the video.
So Tipster had an investigation going against his channel from months ago. And I just want to make it very clear that investigation started because he was harassing a different creator off platform.
Let me make this perfectly clear, Suzy. YouTube does not investigate creators that were quote-unquote harassing another creator off platform. That's not how YouTube works, Suzy. Suzy, YouTube is not a parent. They don't have to watch our every move and investigate the things that we do off platform. They only need to investigate things that happen on their platform.
To all the people that are like, you have the power to take down all these videos. If I had the power...
You would. You just admitted that if you had the power, the ultimate power, if you worked at YouTube alongside your buddies that are helping you, like your YouTube team manager or whatever, if you worked alongside them and you saw all these Suzy Lou hate videos, you would immediately take them down and issue flag after flag after flag after strike after strike after strike after termination after termination after termination. And if you wouldn't take it down, you would demonetize the videos immediately, age restrict it, do whatever you can to make sure that the video does not make money, to make sure the video gets as least amount of views as possible. I know that's what you're about to say, but you're going to say it in a very different way to make yourself seem like the innocent little Suzy Lou that you want to be.
If I had the power to take down all of these videos, do you think that my search on YouTube would be filled with so much lies, toxicity, people morphing my face?
Exactly. Dude, she literally just said what I said, except put it in a nicer way. She literally just said that she would take down these videos, or she wouldn't see these videos if she had the power to take them down, because they're toxic, they're hateful, they contain face morphs. Like, Suzy Lou just admitted that she would do it if she had the power, meaning that she most likely tried and failed. So she's basically admitting that she's done all these flags. She's told her community to do these privacy flags, privacy complaints, or these fucking closed captioning complaints. If this isn't proof enough, I don't know what is. I'm gonna have to end it here, folks. If you want me to do a part 2 to this, feel free to let me know. But I've been sitting here standing in my whole own sweat and fecal matter for the past hour. That was a joke, but yeah, I am very hot and thirsty and tired. And I've basically made all the points that I need to make, and I've heard all the points she needed to make. There's still about 14 minutes left in this video, so if you do want me to try and do a part 2, let me know in the comment section down below. But I really don't want to, if I'm being honest. At the end of the day, anyone with more than 10 brain cells can comprehend the fact that Suzy Lou is a true bully on this platform. That being said, hope you guys enjoy. Goodbye and farewell.